There's a community called Manzu in Bauchi just about 3 days ago, right? The terrorists struck, this time Boko Haram, not even Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram for real. They came in, killed over 30 people. Those who managed to escape, they escaped on foot, right? They ran on foot straight to Gombe State.
Ruwa ga ma an samu wani hali jihar Bauchi a cikin wani gari da ake cewa Mansur, gashi dai muna ta tafiya sun zo sun kashe al'umma.
Now that's people's reality. When you see clips like that, or you hear just these news, they are not just headlines. Oh, these are lives. These are people with hopes, dreams, aspirations, and what have you, just like you. That their lives have been abruptly interrupted, disrupted by all of this violence, right? They are, what do you call it? A lady who was at the burial at the parking lot before they buried her husband. She's a widow now. This clip, this heartbreaking video was captured the moment before internment, before they buried her husband. There were many others, right? So the Bauchi governor himself, Bala Muhammad, the guy who told us that the Fulani terrorist believes that all Fulanis all over the world believes that Nigeria is their country. And I'm like, okay, what does that even mean? Does that mean that every Nigerian believes that they are the citizens of the countries that Fulanis also belong to? I don't get it. He's been governor. He was with the Kolu yesterday. Like, he went to the Aso Rock to complain about the killing. Same in Adamawa.
Well, I came here on behalf of the people and government of Bauchi State to see His Excellency Mr. President pertaining to what I know has already been highlighted in the Nigerian media space, the situation of insecurity in my local government Al-Galeri of Bauchi State, where some bandits have become so emboldened and they have taken over so many ungoverned spaces there coming out from the Daji Madam, and we have been having some sporadic clashes and skirmishes with them, with the security agencies, but it would appear that the security agencies and all of us are overwhelmed, and the situation is escalating to a level where it will become a big humanitarian crisis, because out of fear and paranoia, most of the inhabitants are running to other states and other local governments at this time of fasting, and that's why I visited there with the aid of security agencies, saw the situation and brought a report to Mr. President and sought for special presidential intervention. And we know him to be somebody that is very serious with security. Without any prior appointment, I only prayed with him. He gave me he saw me immediately. And of course, I'm even proceeding to other very senior security officers under him, NSA and the rest, who would do the needful.
So what's his response?
Very positive. He has already given directives, and you know, they are doing a lot of activities in Kwara, Niger, something akin to what we have, some ungoverned spaces, forests, banditry, and what have you. But certainly our own, we are trying to seek for opportunity for the governors that are contiguous to that forest, that is that of Taraba, Plateau, Gombe, and myself, to have some summit and with the aid of the security agencies to rest this situation once and for all. Because we cannot afford it. Bauchi has enjoyed a lot of peace for the last 10 years, and this is coming at a time when there is a lot of interest in our investment, and they are coming to an economic area where we have that traces of oil and gas possibilities, a lot of mining activities, and so we cannot afford that bad development.
Yes, sir.
We are very ready and we have always supported state police because it will reduce the burden on the federal government and it will make us more responsive and more responsible as state governors. Although it is expensive, but certainly it is something that must be done because security of safety of life and property is the main thing that you can provide. I have seen the importance of security in my state because we have had a lot of security good situation where some micro and macroeconomic activities are going on, and it has really raised the GDP of my state.
Yes, sir.
No, you see, it is not always right for people to be insinuating and trying to get answers where there are no questions. I have always said that I am a PDP man. I know the federal government and the importance of partnering.
So yeah, there's been escalated issue of insecurity in Bauchi, in Kebbi, in Sokoto, in Borono, in Niger, in Kwara, yes, in Plateau, and part of Benue too. So they've been like that in the last 1 week. But the ones who have actually spoken out enough to admit, others have maintained a graveyard silence because they believe that people will read about it and they will move on. Except if people fail to move on and then they will pretend to be doing something about it. In Adamawa State, it's also reported that a number of people were also slaughtered by the Boko Haram terrorists in the last 3 days too. It was that bad, right? That when the security agents, the media, the government agents, and the rest of them arrived at one community, the survivors ran away because they thought the Boko Haram came back. Reason, those who killed their loved ones hours before these people came, right? They all dressed in military fatigue. They dressed in military gears and all that. So, and they walked in and they slaughtered them. Their governor visited too. But take a look at this. The men they saw those people arrive, they ran away. They had to run after them and say, hey, come back, come back. They are police, they are military, they are soldiers, they are government. Come back, come back. People took to their ears. State of this Niger.
Anti soja ne fa. Sojoji mana. Soja ne. Sojoji na sun wuce ne fa. Sojoji ne.
That is what trauma, PTSD, and all that feels like. If you have witnessed the terror for once, right? Man, you will have to run. This is what Nigerians are living with in their millions. Children who have become orphans. They saw their parents slaughtered by this, you know. So when the Berom youth in Plateau State, right, decided to take laws into their own hands, started looking for the other non-Beroms like the Fulanis, or looking for the Fulanis. They ended up having to kill 5 Hausa men. Their local government chairman addressed that it's becoming like you kill us, we kill you. And in this process, they are killing wrong people too.
Mr. Caleb Onasi Mufa, who has been on top of this situation, who has been giving us all the necessary support, all the necessary moral and material support to be able to ensure that what happened to our brothers on their way to their businesses, on their way to their legitimate engagement. These are young, promising men that are traveling to go and carry out legitimate business. But unfortunately, they met their fate on their way. For no reason, for no offense of theirs, for no reasons of anyone. We want to condemn this action, the action of stopping travelers and killing them in the strongest term. This is not our culture. This is unacceptable. These are young men that are not armed. These are young men that are not carrying anything that would provoke anyone. But because their killers are cowards, because their killers are evil men, whether they are young men or they are old men, they are people without conscience, they are people without love for God or humanity. They decided to take innocent lives. So we condemn that action in strongest terms. And we want to thank His Excellency for also taking proactive measures to ensure that the perpetrators are searched, the perpetrators are found. Wherever they are, we want to encourage and appeal on behalf of our communities in Jos North local government that the perpetrators of this act should be fished out. The perpetrators of this act, when found, they should be made to face justice, because no one has the right to take anybody's life. We want to thank the communities in Jos North local government for coming out together in a proactive way to ensure that this provocative act did not snowball into crisis in the local government. We want to appreciate all the community leaders, all the youth leaders, all the security agencies, especially the Nigerian police, heavily led by the Commissioner of Police of Plateau State. He has been up and doing to ensure that this act did not anger our youth in allowing them to also take laws into their hands. I want to thank all the police. I want to thank the military that are here on the special assignment, Operation Enduring Peace. They are also all out, from the commandant and the Sector 1 commander. I want to thank the civil defense. I want to thank the DSS and other non-conventional security outfits.
I also want to thank my mom and my dad, my uncle, my aunties, and everybody for their support and all of that. It's just have to thank everybody. But that's a local government chairman trying to kind of like make peace among these, among his own citizens under his local government area. Voila, everywhere. So when they asked Rebadu, who also organized a security summit on the state of security of the country, right? He had this to say.
Samun fahimta kamar tattauna kake nufi ko sulhuntawa haka da su 'yan ta'adda.
Yanzu a gida idan dan uwanka wanda yake gida guda wani abu ya zo ya faru da shi zaka ce wai ba dan uwanka bane ba ya da ka iya. Idan an ce hannunka ya kama ciwo zaka yanka shi ne ko ba yadda za a yi kaki kaso duka gida yan uwa ne. Akwai dewa waɗanda suke neman zaman lafiya, akwai dewa waɗanda suke so a bar wannan abubuwan ne. Ya kamata mu fahimta akan cewa ba yaƙi muke da wata ƙasa ba, ba wasu mutane daga waje bane muke, abu ne masifa da ta zo mana gida. To idan Allah ya taimake mu za a samu fahimta. Abinda da dan uwa yake faɗa da dan uwa, Allah zai kawo fahimta akan cewa ya ce a'a bai yi ba daidai bane a bari. Kuma alhamdulillah ana samun
nuisance leleyi.
That is the National Security Advisor to the President of Nigeria, Nuhu Ribadu. What he just said there is what you have on that screen. So whether we like it or not, there are terrorists in Nigeria who want peace. Terrorists want peace. Is that not what they are doing with this, their repentant terrorist package that they brag about, that they've got many of them who have graduated from the Academy of Repentant Terrorists? Yeah. But that didn't reduce the terrorism. National Security Advisor tells us that there are some of them who want peace, whether we like it or not. So we must seek dialogue and understanding. So, on the one hand, Rebatu told the whole Nigeria and the world that they don't negotiate with terrorists and they will never negotiate with terrorists. They didn't know anything about all those peace meetings being organized at different local government areas in Katsina, in Kaduna, in Niger State. Now, Benue State is about to start its own repentant terrorism peace meeting. Plateau State is about to start their own too. All of this, it denied them in the past. But that same day telling everybody that there are some terrorists who wanted peace. When the terrorists kidnapped, they said over 300 school children from that Catholic school in Niger State last year. And then the Berom came out and said the children are fine. How could children who were taken from their schools, they're fine in the forest? How did you know that? Then afterward, they released half of the children. The Berom claimed that they rescued them. They didn't. They paid ransom of over 2 billion naira. Baba, they buried this money, according to the report, over $75 million cash was ferried down straight into the forest to get those children released. This is the indirect way of funding terrorism, and I bet those are the terrorists that want peace, whether we like it or not. How about the military? It's not different from the National Security Advisor. This is the spokesperson for Nigerian Army.
In the laws of war, at the end of the day, the Boko Haram fighters are still considered as Nigerians. They may have erred, and they will definitely account for whatever they have done. Are we saying, on account of the fact that they are Nigerians, if we have the opportunity to rehabilitate them, we should not? And I think that is what went into the thinking of the defense secretaries some years ago, which was also bought by the federal government and the Borno state government to arrive at the issue of the Borno model. So we take your observation seriously, and I can assure you that that review will be done, and you will hear our new operational directives for Operation Safe Corridor. Thank you.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Right.
Who did this thing to us? May God forgive all of us.
Right. Right.
Amen. Did you hear that? What is this terrorist fighting for? Why are they killing Nigerians? If you have Operation Safe Corridor, how come we have never witnessed the surrender of these terrorists? Has anybody ever even asked that? Not that it matters anymore. Not that it matters anymore. I mean, come to think of it, right? Repentant terrorists. Okay? But we never see their weapons. So, what happened to their weapons? If you have over 150,000 former Boko Haram fighters who have been rehabilitated, where is their weapons? When the Niger Delta militants said they were doing this amnesty deal, we all saw different kinds of weapons that I have never seen in my life before. Many of them local weapons that they fabricated themselves when they were bringing all these weapons out, and the media was covering them, all these machine guns, long pulled gun like that, right? We saw how they handed everything over, not everything, right? We saw how they handed their weapons over to Nigerian military to say they have now renounced violence. They are not going to do kidnapping again. They are not going to do anything again. No bombing of pipelines anymore. They handed everything over to government. Boko Haram never handed weapons to Nigerian government. Boko Haram created Operation Safe Corridor, deceived Nigerians, and they are still using it till this moment. They are rehabilitating terrorists. They never surrendered their weapons. Well, but they are Nigerians. Let's go back to the reactions of Nigerians after this Iranian strike by Trump and Netanyahu, right? Here is one person reminding the the elite now. We have left the normal voluntary slaves, now the elite.
Let me make a few remarks on this. I think the world is in such a state we are now because, in my view, because of the irresponsibility of the world powers, who now thinks that because they are powerful, they have the right and the privilege to do whatever they want within the